from Grenada, so we're on a starboard tack, the boat's heeled over, the wind's coming from starboard, and these chain plates are just kind of working a little bit, and the water just comes down through, and over 30 hours you can get a lot of water in from a little tiny leak, which we did.
Most of the jobs around the boat at the moment are all because of the deluge of water that we got in the boat on our trip up from Grenada. Steve's tackling the chain plates in the portholes. Meanwhile, I've been on the hunt for a shop that will sell us a TV. Not the easiest thing in Martinique. Because of licence issues, you generally have to have a home address. And whilst we've got the car, why not do a mini road trip of Martinique? We are Steve, Annette and Gus. We've lived on our Venus Ketch for 17 years. We started our cruising life in 2019, and our motto is we're going to sail as far as we can for as long as we can and share it with you. Last week saw us arrive in Martinique. One of the first jobs that we needed to do was try and hire a car and also go to the vets to sort out Gus's teeter test. Unfortunately, the freezer started playing silly buggers again, and for 3 whole days Steve tried to regas it again. And for those of you that know Steve, you know he loves his TV. There was no way that he was going to do without one, and he was determined to get something set up so as we could start watching our favourite YouTube channels. As you would have seen in the last episode, we had quite a bit of water coming in inside the boat on our way up to Martinique. In fact, an enormous amount of water. It's a job that Steve's been putting off for a little while, but anyway, he's doing it now.
Taking the rigging out one by one, the mast won't fall down, and then digging the old stuff out, putting new stuff in. So the reason they're coming off is that we need to take this plate off, is the Sikaflex that's underneath it that seals this chain plate is dead. It is like leaking. So the water gets in through that gap and then gradually works its way down. And then when we're heeled over, and particularly when we're on a starboard tack, as we were coming up from Grenada, so we're on a starboard tack, the boat's heeled over, the wind's coming from starboard, and these chain plates are just kind of working a little bit, and the water just comes down through, and over 30 hours you can get a lot of water in from a little tiny leak, which we did. As long as you put tape around the rig like that, that gives you the point to put it back to, which is not absolutely certain, but is good enough to get you to a point where you can fine tune the rig. As a belt and braces, I use one of them, whatever they are, can't remember, and I measure the distance there, gives me a reading. I write that reading down, so I note that it's the starboard forward lower and it's 44.38. So whilst I'm playing, if that bit of tape comes off, I've still got my measurement of where I put it back to. When we had the boat re-rigged back in the UK, you note the gap there, which is standard on all of these fittings, is bigger than the actual chain plate width. So we had these little washers made up that basically go in there, and they make it just fit nicely. It was done by the rig shop in Southampton. If you ever need a rig done, rig shop Southampton, best in the world. The other thing, it's a good thing and a bad thing. These leaks have occurred because we've got these type of chain plates that go through the deck. The good thing is that Cordelia's got, on the main mast alone, 2, 5, 8, 9, got 10 points of contact just with the main mast, as in 10 rigging wires coming down, joining the mast to the deck. 3 chain plates on each side, and it's those 3 chain plates that are causing us a few the chain plates are not the problem, it's the leaks around the chain plates that are the problem. But anyway, we're sorting that out. So you can see the gap there that's just opened up. It's where the Sikaflex is old. In fact, I've never done this one, so it's got to be at least 20 years since that's been done. Digging it out, cleaning it up with acetone, making it as good as you can, taking all the old crap out down to kind of that kind of level, about 3/4 of an inch down, I've washed it out with acetone. I've washed the wood with acetone. Just like icing a cake, really.
Oh, we haven't had an iced cake for a long time.
No, don't all know it. Before it's gone off, you remove the tape. Any bits like you've spilt a bit there, we just get a bit more acetone. So what I've done isn't affecting the rigging, so I can put the rigging back in and tension it back up, because that doesn't move when I tension the rig. So I'll clean this bit up a bit, oil the thread, and then put it back on up to my mark, and it'll be exactly the same as when I took it off.
Done. He's in the shade there. Keeping an eye.
But they're the caps and intermediates. I wouldn't do this on a deck step mast, but because we're keel stepped and we've got lots of other points of contact with the deck, it hasn't gone wibbly like a bit of spaghetti, which they can do. So it's all good. Only 2 to go. So you join us here today on the good ship Cordelia. Anyway, a little update on the getting rid of the leaks. I've rebedded all 6 chain plates. So 3 on this side. When you take them off, you've got to take them off in pairs, diagonally opposite each other. We have had some rain since I did them, and we didn't get any water come through. The real test is when we sail though. When you sail, obviously you're heeled over and more tension is put on the chain plates, and if they're going to leak, that's when they're really going to leak. But anyway, so far so good. I've also resealed these 2 windows and put new rubber in the actual surrounds, and they don't leak either. So fingers crossed. And this is my happy face, because I am the fridge technician that I thought I was. Well, no, I'm an electrician. I've channeled my inner Michael Cummins and I've fixed the freezer. It was an electrical thing. I think originally it was a gas thing and I sorted that out, but then it was also an electrical thing as well. And when I gave it a new dedicated supply of electricity, happy as you like. minus 15 and a half ice cream on tap. It's all gone now because of eating, but I put a new wiring. I rewired the power supply to the freezer with a better tinned wire cable, and so it's getting good clean electricity and it's happy and it's working, and that's good.
No, just get me the roll.
And
Right, let me have a look at it. Well, no, look at that broken bit. Right, there's a broken roll there. So you're saying
but look at it in relation to my hand.
it's half the size, 2/3 of the size of your hand, with an egg and 2 pieces of bacon, and you're saying that that's not enough.
Oh, you've upped the bacon ante now.
I said a couple of pieces of bacon.
It's still barely a snack.
Shut up.
I'll tell you what, we don't seem to get this issue on Dreamtime Sail, our galley. We don't seem to get this issue on Frida or Wisby with their big plates of food that they have. There's no like, oh, do you want a little kind of, do you want a snack? No. I shall do some lunch. Out comes a beautiful platter. Mountains of food. Sometimes, particularly Frida or Wisby, sometimes I think they've got 6 people on the boat. And we just don't see the other 4. You were telling me half a roll.
It's half a roll because it's a big roll.
Don't consider that big. You're going to tell me that when you cook it, it expands twice its normal size.
No, I'm not going to say that at all.
And how come? When Gus, you can't even verbalise his wants and needs. When Gus just looks at you, slightly dewy-eyed, doe-eyed, he gets whatever he wants. He gets extras, he gets...
Because he can't get it himself, Steve. Because he can't get it himself. And he's not a very good eater. You know that. So when he does...
I am a very good eater.
Yeah, I know.
I am. So encourage me.
No, I don't need to encourage you. If you don't want it, I won't do it.
I do want it. I have to be grateful for what I can get.
Yeah, you should be.
And then people wonder why I come across as bitter.
No, they don't, Steve. They just know you. Because you are a bitter person.
I've even got hungry pants now.
So we've got the car. We've hired the car for the day because we've got several things that we need to do. And one of them is go and get Steve's fix. Don't know what else you would call it. What else would you call it, Steve?
My life.
See, we're not his life. Gus is not his life.
Oh, here we go.
Boating's not his life.
Look, we just got to tell it how it is.
So yes, we're going to go and get his fix, and then we're going to come back, put it on the boat, and go and pick up Gus, and then we're going to go out for the rest of the day. We might as well, as we've got the car. What you mean? So we could stay out all night if we wanted to?
Yeah, just drive all night.
Whoa, why not?
Hang out at McDonald's, do some drag racing with the locals, rag the kayak.
Well, we could go to the party that started last night at about 10 o'clock and we're still going on at 7 o'clock this morning, wasn't it?
Yes.
The music this morning was just so funny.
Yeah, but it's like a Viennese waltz. It wasn't really like banging.
Yeah, I know, that was what was strange and funny about it. I don't know whether you're the same as me, or maybe not, maybe it is just me, but I always find it a little bit strange when you're in a foreign country, and especially as far away as this, and you find great big industrial estates. It just seems weird. I'm not expecting to find great big industrial estates, but anyway, that's where we are at the moment. We are here at Leclerc. There's a Mr. Bricolage over there. You won't be able to see that very well. And there's an Intersport and people advertising Black Friday. We're in Leclerc and Steve's found the sweetie aisle. He's already put chocolate in here. So all that weight that he just lost. Look at him taking photographs of chocolate. And he's taking photographs of all these sweets. He's like a child.
It's like food porn.
Well, we're back in the car and Steve has got his fix. Haven't you, Steve?
Yes, I'm in heaven. I bought a TV and I've got a bar of chocolate. My life is complete.
Anyway, yeah, so we've just come out of Leclerc.
What a fantastic shop.
Wow. Steve, before we went in there, Steve said oh,
head east.
Anyway, before we went in, Steve said, oh, it looks a bit scrubby, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what it looks like. You get inside and it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah.
A really nice shop. Really, really nice shop. And we thought
I think it's the nicest shop we've been in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
By a long way, long way.
Yeah, yeah. A bit like kind of Carrefour's, isn't it?
Yeah, but a really big Carrefour hypermarket.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very, very impressed with it.
It's my new favourite place in the Caribbean for food.
It just looked gorgeous. The meat looked absolutely superb.
The fruit and veg was amazing. Everything was amazing. All the pate and cheese and yogurts.
Yeah,
and chocolate.
We did buy chocolate and yogurts and cheese. We didn't buy pate. We should have bought some pate, but we have got some pate on the boat. So, sorry.
In 200 meters at the roundabout, take the second exit.
So what you've got is La Marine is down that way. And that over there is St. Anne's. You can see the dark patches in the water. That's where the reefs are. Well, we're back in the car. We picked up Gus, dropped Steve's fix off at the boat, and now we're just en route to a place called Esprit, which is in the middle of, well, it's more central in Martinique. Well, we drove through Saint-Esprit even without realising. Gus, get in now. Steve, this is not right.
I can't turn around, can I?
There you go.
What?
As in, we can turn around here. Can you see all those bananas there? Look. So the sat-nav has sent us on some kind of wild goose chase, I think. We're in a road that is just crazily...
In a brand new car, in a brand spanking, it's done 173 kilometres.
Of which we've done 170 of them, I think.
And now we're off-roading it.
We're in Saint-Pierre. We've been here before, but what we did erupt, it was...
It flattened everything here. Only one guy survived and he was in the jail.
All over here, there are many wrecks, boat wrecks, because when Mount Pelée erupted, it went into the sea as well and just destroyed all the boats. So there's lots and lots of boats out there as well that are wrecks. There you go, that's what Steve's fix is. We feel so much happier now. Be even more happy when it's actually switched on.
Yeah, I'll be up all night.
This is going to be Steve's position for the rest of the night. Who's he going to watch first? Who are you going to watch first, Steve? Well, Brittany and Ryan, it looks like you have got the honour of taking our television's virginity on YouTube. Better be good. Teriyaki chicken and egg fried rice.
Ooh.
Do you want any tomato sauce, Steve?
Not at all.
Excellent, that's what I like to hear.
Might have a bit of barbecue sauce.
Do you want barbecue sauce?
No, what? What? You're very concentrating on me. You look like I'm going to bite the face off.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Next week we go up to St Anne so as we can enjoy some swimming, something that Gus really misses. We would like to say a huge thank you to all of our Patreon and our coffee supporters. And if you've ever thought about supporting a channel, why not have a look at our tiers? They're not too expensive. Just Google Sailing SV Cordelia and you'll see both Patreon and coffee links there. We'd love to have you on board and share all the extra footage that we get to show our patrons. Also, don't forget, if you've got any questions, you can drop us an email. And please don't forget to leave us a comment and a like. We love hearing from you. Ciao for now!
I've just been accused of dropping a fart and it coming out through the porthole up Annette's nose. And what my mum and dad used to say, particularly my mum, who's filth, okay, the one who smelt it, dealt it, is normally the case, okay? The one who smelt it, dealt it.
You're no good, are you? You're no good, you're no good. Chop me up for firewood. Put me in the shed, but then you can drop dead. That's nice, isn't it? That's not very still, was it?
It was completely made up shit.
It was. Oh no.
It's fucking painful.
Well, you told me you'd locked it.
Not from a retard. He gets whatever he wants. He gets extras, he gets...
Because he can't get it himself, Steve. Because he can't get it himself. And he's not a very good eater. You know that. So when he does...
I am a very good eater.
Yeah, I know.
I am. So encourage me.
No, I don't need to encourage you. Well, I'm doing you a roll with 2 pieces of bacon and an egg in.
I think I've got worms or something because it's 11:15. I'm starving. I feel like it's like.
Because you didn't have breakfast. Not my fault. You're starving. And now you want 2 rolls, 4 pieces of bacon, 2
I don't
eggs.
want 2 rolls. That's not 2 rolls. That's 1 roll. They make it as 1 roll for 1 person. I'll bet somewhere on here in French it says. It actually says 2 mini baguettes. I'd get one of them from Laura and soup.
Well, then go and stay with Laura. Isn't it brilliant the way that I'm getting compared to so many other bloody sailing channels? And never good enough, is it? Never ever good enough what I'm cooking. What I cook, it's never ever good enough. Either it's burnt or that it is. Quite often it's burnt, but either it's burnt or there's not enough of it.
No.
Or I'm not doing it often enough. No.
Let's get this straight. It's not burnt. Okay, it's not burnt. You catch it just before the burnt part. But what we get is something that comes out that's like a husk. Okay, you've dried it out to the point where there's no moisture left in it. So you put it in your mouth and it.
Not all the time. You had pork last night.
And it was very nice. That was very, very nice.
Yeah.
And the new potatoes are a bit. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. But there are other times, like those sausages, those nice sausages we got down in Grenada. You could make them into just. You could actually manage to remove the whole of the internal meat and just end up with the skin as a crisp, like almost like a cigar tube. Could you not? Did you not? How many times have we had them and you eat them and it's like there's just like it's almost like there's dust inside.
It's not.
Yeah, I know you're laughing because you know I'm right. And why? Because your head was on 3 other things.
I'm a busy woman.
I know you are a busy woman.
Especially when it comes to.
But you love
dinner time.
sausages. Surely
I
they weren't.
love
You
burnt
weren't even,
sausages.
Yeah, but
I
they weren't
love
even
burnt
burnt.
sausages.
They weren't even burnt. They was on a low heat, drying out. It was like you were. What you call it? What do they call it? It's almost like you were preserving it for a later date. They probably would have lasted a year.